Hola chicos, bienvenidos a Spanish with Profe. Hello, welcome to Spanish with Profe. Going live right now. I'm going to make a reading today. It's going to be short. I'm going to be reading from Days of Awe by Achy Obejas, quien es una escritora cubana-americana. Achy Obejas is a Cuban-American writer. And today I'm going to talk about how in Spanish we have amar, querer, gustar, y encantar. And they're all used to express some kind of love and affection in Espanol. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background on the section that I'm going to be reading today. And that is based on Alejandra, the main character in the story. And this is after she and her girlfriend are no longer together, but now she has to take care, or she's helping to take care of her ex-girlfriend. And they're going to talk about love. So we'll see. So I read it for you. Hope you enjoy it. Tell me you love me, Lenny whispered to me one morning during her recovery as I helped her from the bed to the bathroom. She was back at her own place by then. Her arms sort of flopped around my neck. Tell me you still love me. At least a little. I kissed her and held her up on her feet. I love you, I said. Her girlfriend was gone, every bit of her obliterated from Lenny's apartment. It was like the Russians in Cuba, erased without a trace. Okay. Hold on. I think once again, I forgot to go public. So let me see. Oh, I think I did that again. Let's see. Let me see. I always forget to do this. Okay, here I am again. Sorry. I was already in 3 minutes and I forgot that I was still on testing mode. So now I just open it. So today I will be reading once again from Days of A by Cuban-American Achy Obejas. And a little bit of the background on this story is Alec is going to be talking with her ex-girlfriend Lenny, and they're going to have a conversation about love. In Espanol, we have amar, which is like a romantic way to express love. Querer, which is also a form to show love, but we do that more like with family members, te quiero. But there's also a song by a Mexican writer, singer, who says, todos sabemos querer, all of us know how to querer, pero pocos sabemos amar, but only a few of us know how to love. Pero muy bien. And then we have gustar, which is like when you are attracted by somebody. And then we have encantar, where you just like someone's characteristic personality with no strings attached. No love in there, like physical attraction in that case. So I'm going to read. And it's So this is a conversation between Lenny and Alec. Tell me you love me, Lenny whispered to me one morning during her recovery as I helped her from the bed to the bathroom. She was back at her own place by then, her arms sort of flopped around my neck. Tell me you still love me, at least a little. I kiss her cheek and hold her up on her feet. I love you, I said. At this time, Lenny is single because they broke up a long time ago, and her then girlfriend is no longer with her anymore. And so everything is gone from her apartment, but Alec is taking care of her. Okay, she said, as we shuffled together down the hall to the bathroom. Now, tell me in Spanish, for old time's sake. Te quiero, I said, smiling because it was true still. Lenny pulled away. That's not how you used to say it, she said, not with her usual sarcasm, but with her voice, hushed and small, sort of like her wounds. Sure I did, I said, plopping her down on the toilet. Her left leg jutted out, unable to bend. The pins, a gift from Dr. Frankenstein. No, I remember te amo, she said, her balance uneasy. I immediately wondered if she might be abusing any of her many medications. It's te quiero now. What? Your Spanish language royal, excuse the language, Dickhead Academy eliminated te amo? This is the beauty of Lenny. At any given time, she retains just enough detail about what's important to make you feel like she's really listening. No, but you and I, we're just te quiero. It was always te quiero underneath. That's why it works. That's why I'm here, I said. It's not just prejudice on her part, although I wouldn't be surprised if Lenny's bitterness had turned that way without her realizing it. What she meant was that we have a twisted way of expressing love. Te quiero, from the verb querer, doesn't mean love at all, but desire. Querer is to want, to yearn for. But here's the madness. Querer is quotidian, what you say to parents and friends, cousins and children. Querer is love, designated strictly for living things. You can't querer a movie the way you can love a film in English. You can't querer arroz con pollo or a bicycle or a particular and comfortable old pair of shoes. Querer arroz con pollo in the sense that you can have a taste for it and want some. Querer always implies an imperfect and human bond. Combine querer with any number of other words, and its latent urgency shines through. Como quiera, anyhow. Cuando quiera, anytime. Donde quiera, anywhere. Amar is so much more precise. Love, romantic love, is the staff of both the most lyrical poetry and the tackiest soap opera, making it virtually impossible, especially among Cubans, I think, to say with a straight face. Te amo practically requires that you recite a quick verse of Federico Garcia Lorca. Federico Garcia Lorca was a poet from Spain, La Generación del 27, who was killed during the Spanish Civil War between 1936 and 1939. That's when the Civil War happened in Spain. By Federico Garcia Lorca, and cut your veins, I said it to Lenny in moments of complete adoration, but more likely because there were no knowledgeable witnesses, no one to make me follow through on its real and complete usage. Te amo is so cold, don't you think? My father once asked. We were discussing this very subject. Cold? I was stunned. This was, I always thought, the most wildly intense and amorous thing you could say to a lover. How could that be cold? Well, it's so formal, so sharp, he said, embarrassed. It's nothing you could say to someone with whom you're ticklish or playful, I mean. Don't you say it to mommy? Oh my God, no, he said shortly. She'll never take me seriously again. Like Querer, you can't really amar a thing either. It's generally reserved for person to person application. In fact, you really cannot love inanimate objects in Spanish. It's an emotion for warm bodies, sentient beings. A cat, maybe. A parrot, perhaps. A car, if it's been anthropomorph enough. In Spanish, pay attention to this. If you like something very, very much, if you love it, the way you might love books or flowers in English, you are then enchanted by them. Me encantan. Me encantan los libros. Me encantan las fresas. I love strawberries. Or you like them. Me gustan. And you and you use tone and context to convey your deep, deep affection that's awfully close to, but never quite love. So if you like someone's personality, you can say, me gusta su personalidad, me encanta su personalidad. But if you say, me gustas, me gustas is like, oh, I like you. That means that you want to become a special someone or that person, and you want that person to be your special other person. Okay. So you say, so be aware of Gustar and how you use it. So for the most part, when I teach Gustar, I say like use it to talk about things that you like you like going to the movies, you like books. So Gustar in the third person, whether singular or plural, because with Gustar they have to agree in number and in gender. Okay. And with gustar, you're always going to use the indirect object pronoun, me, te, le, nos, les. And the verb is going to agree with the item, whether the item is singular or multiple. Muy bien. And always in Spanish, when we use the verb gustar, we're going to use the article, the definite article, el, or los, la, and las before the noun. Keep that in mind. So with gustar, we can like things, but if you want to say that you like somebody, I'll say to just be aware of that, because if you say me gustas, you're telling that person that you like them and that you ship with them, like to become novios or novias. By the way, the word novio, back in the day, it was meant for the bride and the groom to be. But nowadays, like we use them for like un enamorado, somebody that is in love with you, like somebody that you're currently dating, but you might not have plans of getting married to that person. But we say novio or novia. Pero muy bien. So encantar y querer. So there's a song in Spanish by a Mexican singer que dice, todo el mundo sabe querer, Everybody knows how to querer, love, show some degree of love. Pero pocos sabemos amar. Only a few people do know the meaning of amar. But when I was reading this Days of you can see that Alex's father is like, oh no, 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 no. I don't like amar. Amar is like too cold, too formal. I like querer. So it just depends on the people whether they want to use amar or querer. But when I talk to my mom and my grandma, I say te quiero. I always say te quiero. Te quiero to mi mamá. Te quiero to mi grandma, whom I also call mama. Okay, te quiero. And then like with the rest of my family, well, hablamos en inglés, so it's always I love you. That's different. But en español, con mi mamá y con mi abuela es te quiero. En inglés, with everybody else is I love you. Mm-hmm. Bueno, espero que les haya gustado mi lectura de Days of Awe. Si no han leído esta obra, se las recomiendo. I highly recommend reading this book. It's really interesting. You go through different parts of Cuba and see the different areas of Cuba and part of the history of Cuba. I was in Cuba in 2014. Yo fui a Cuba en el 2014 para una conferencia. Uh-huh. Fue una grata experiencia. Pero cuando fui a Cuba, you have to do everything through a company and you have to take a charter plane from Miami to La Habana, and then you have to get a special visa. So, but it was quite interesting. I went to with the locals. I went to eat. We went to establishments that are run by the government, and then we also went. We went to private establishments. People run businesses out of their houses, and that is the new norm now. In the past, that was not allowed. So, and then also in 2014, when I went, the internet was very restricted there. You could get it from your hotel, and then you couldn't just book any hotel. You have to do it to a company that they book your hotel, your transportation to and from the airport, and also your visa. They did that. All the visa work was done through the visa was done through the company that did that the conference. But my hotel was done through a company, and it was quite interesting to see that. At that hotel where I was staying, it was like a high-end hotel, and it was just I saw some movie stars in there. It was quite interesting to see that. I took some pictures, and in the future, I will share some pictures with you because it's really interesting to see that, to see Cuba from a different light. Yo corrí por el malecón. I ran through the malecón. El malecón is the kind of the sidewalk along the beach. So it was quite interesting. Also, another experience that I had while I was in Cuba was that I was jogging, I was running, estaba trotando. And whenever you go to countries, you have to be aware that things are so different. That was running, and apparently there was like kind of like a military area, and the guy said, oh no, don't run that way, you need to go all the way. So I had to go across like a 4-lane because they didn't want me to come near them. So that was quite interesting. Yeah, because right by Malecon, the streets are so wide, like I don't know, like 4 car lanes per. So it's like about 8 car lanes, like 4 going one way, 4 going the other way. So it was quite interesting. Espero que puedas viajar a Cuba porque te divertirás mucho, aprenderás mucho y la gente es muy amable. That's one thing I have to say. People are very nice and friendly. Son muy amables y amigables. Yo hice un tour con otras compañeras y fue muy interesante ver diferentes partes de Cuba, especialmente en La Habana. Es el único lugar donde estuve, La Habana, Cuba, que es la capital de Cuba. Bueno, chicos, espero que les haya gustado mi lectura y nos vemos. Hasta pronto. Chao. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Spanish with Profe. Smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Ciao.